let's talk about romance and why you don't need it to get a girlfriend and why this is bullshit. Romance, romantic sexual, any sort of romance will kill your chances of succeeding in daygame. Let's talk about fuck buddies. It's not necessary to use romance as a girlfriend. Have you guys noticed the more you fuck a woman, the more clingy she gets, the more she feels she gets emotional because having sex is a big emotional investment. So basically, I'm going to show you why you don't need any romance in your game. And this is how you get a girlfriend. Number one, you fuck her once a week. She gets off the line. Number two, you fuck her twice. Now she's on the line. She's not neglected. Number three, she gets more and more clingy, but at the same time, not that emotional. 4 times. If you fuck her 4 times in a week, women gets emotional. And then when she gets emotional, she's going to start to feel like she wants to think about you because now you no longer just fit into a fuckboy frame. You have now essentially fit into the second frame, which is a potential boyfriend frame. Does that make sense? Because now you fit in a potential boyfriend frame, fucking her 4 times a week. Now she's going to ask you, whoa, this is what you always hear. What are we? What are we? They've been so brainwashed by bullshit concepts of romance. So what exactly is causing you guys to get brainwashed for these concepts? Very simple. You have one idea here, which is in 2 ideas. This new idea, people are getting upset when I say romance doesn't matter because somebody has manipulated on the first one. Your brain, logically and emotionally, they have told you this is the truth and you have submitted to authority like sheeps. So the more you bought into this bullshit of romance, the more you started to believe it. And then when I tell you the opposite is true, what happens is, you start resisting. So once you have sex, they're going to get attached, but you want to increase the amount of sex. So if you can increase it from 3 to 4, she's going to start to ask you, what are we? What are we? That means what kind of frame? That's what she's trying to say to you. What kind of frame are you in? And then she's going to be like, and here's what you can do because she's thinking about a relationship now, because not only have you given her orgasms, not only have you really done a good job of fucking her week after week. At this point, she's going to be like, what are we? And then you can say, okay, boyfriend and girlfriend. And in the elite playbook, see, my products work. My products work. And I feel sorry for anyone who bought these romantic sexual products or romantic connection on sale because you're not going to get results. Because not only does this chart show that you don't need romance, and not every single person fits into the romantic frame. For some Asian guys, for example, depending on which city you are from, they don't fit into the boyfriend-girlfriend frame. Therefore, they fit into the fuckboy frame, the first frame. So it's fuckboy, boyfriend-girlfriend, friend zone orbiter, husband material, which I use to manipulate, daddy dollar frame, and high status, celebrity status. But of course, not everyone fits into the boyfriend frame. So you want to get it in first. And you get it in 4 times a week, 3 to 4. She gets clingy and she says, what are we? And she's going to fit into the second zone, boyfriend, girlfriend frame. Does that make sense? So if that's the case, and you just need to fuck more times per week to turn her needy, to turn her into clingy. When you get her clingy, fucking her 4 times a week, now she's going to ask the magical questions. What are we? What are we? This is how you become boyfriend and girlfriend. Because now she's thinking, hey, what are we? You fuck 4 times and she's emotional. She's already emotionally invested a lot. And women are very emotional creatures. So you say, okay, fine. How about we're boyfriend and girlfriend? And there you got her. That means you try to get as many fuck buddies as possible. Maybe you have 3 different women that are fuck buddies because you use the sexual connection, not the romantic sexual, which kills all the testimonial. And you know that's true. So basically what's happening is now you realize, shit, you don't need romance. You just need the sexual connection. That means through a sexual connection, by banging her multiple times, now you realize, oh shit, John was right. By banging her many times, once a week, she's off the rotation. Twice a week, she can flake eventually. 3 times a week, she starts to get clean. 4 times. She's going to keep talking. What are we? And you just say boyfriend, girlfriend. And this is called the sexual connection or the girlfriend process, which is Elite playbook. This is your starting line. So for example, here's your starting line. When you start here, when you go, and this is the end goal. So we can say this is the end. We just put like a flag. You want to go from here to sex. But the problem is that when you're a minority, you're going in the wrong direction. You're going to run the same amount route. When you go for romantic sexual or more romantic, you're getting further and further away from the actual end goal right here. What's going to happen is as soon as you keep going off the wrong line, you try and add more romance to it. Let me people tip. When you try to add more romance to it, you're never going to reach the finish line. You're going to end up around here or maybe around here. That means you're just going to pull, but you're not going to get laid or you're not going to get to the pull location. Does that make sense? So you want to keep everything as sexual as possible and you want to close sexually. And that's how you turn her to a fuck buddy. You fuck her really well a few times. And the best way to think about this is that even if you finger her once or you fucked her once, you're like a Mexican who crossed the border. You just hopped over it. I know it sounds really horrible, but then you have to hop back because you're not a citizen because you only fingered her or you only fucked her once. You fuck her twice. Guess what? It's okay. You lived here for a long time illegally. I know it sounds really fucking awful, but it doesn't really count. You have to fuck her 3 times in a week, over and over. And now you are a natural citizen to her vagina. You're no longer hopping the fucking border or illegally living there. You're living in her vagina. And that's how you can get after 3 fuck, and you keep doing this over and over. She's going to get clingy and shit. Oh, what are we? What are we? You're like, I don't know, maybe boyfriend and girlfriend. Congratulations. Now you got a new girlfriend by following the girlfriend process and the elite playbook. Now you realize, holy shit. So you don't need romance to get a girlfriend. Absolute fucking not. It's bullshit. But some areas, it does not work that well. It doesn't work that well unless you're really tall and stuff. And she sees you as a boyfriend material. However, if you switch to all sexual, your lay count will go up dramatically and you can bring her into this one girlfriend process. So how did all this romantic shit start? It all started with Justin Wade. So who's Justin Wade? It all started with a Negro game, a black game. Black people, they fit to the boyfriend, girlfriend zone with white women. Or even black looking guys, you're going to walk across this line if you're not tall or a positive stereotype. Or in the country, you're not going to cross the finish line very often. And when you do, it's going to be few and very far in between. So it all started with Justin Wade. Hey guys, whatever. He believed that if I start surveying couples, and then the very first thing you do is they start hugging, they start holding hands. And then after they kiss each other, you're like, oh, I like you. Do you like me? Physiology. When it started with Justin Wade, it became like more about romantic. But the problem is that not everyone's this into romantic, right? The only Asian guy that he got laid is actually a good looking or pretty good looking Asian guy. He does not look like John. He looks way better than John, but he only got 4 testimonials using a romantic connection. So the romantic connection only gives you 4 testimonials. Justin Wayne's company. You got a tall white guy, exactly as I said, who says you got a lock-in process. Then you got a big, tall, strong black guy. I don't really know. I'm looking for a healthy juice bar. High five for that. And lastly, I gotta stop talking like Justin Wayne. But the thing is that lastly, a very important thing is that the last testimonial is the Asian guy. So there's 4. There's only 4, but Johnny Lee has 400 testimonials. That's a lot more than Justin. That's 100 times more than Justin Wayne. So therefore, if one guy has 100 testimonials and the other guy has 100, one has 4 and one has 100. So anything in between, like the romantic sexual connection. The romantic sexual connection I have 33 times the testimonial compared to that shit. So anytime you taint it with romance, you increase your odds by making it all sexual because sexual equals 400. And by using this funnel, by fucking her 3 or 4 times a week and she gets clingy, but you're thinking, John, if I fuck her 3 or 4 times a week, she gets clingy, she becomes clingy and just emotional. John, are you like hacking the game process? Isn't that not playing the game properly? No. It just means that you really don't need the sexual connections. Unnecessary. It's unnecessary. The sexual connection is just a waste of time. I could be like Justin Wayne, but that's just the thing though. And it's really important that you don't play the romantic sexual connection because that's going to really hurt your game. You don't really need the romantic sexual connection And that's exactly, that's exactly it. That gives a shit. I got a lot of haters and the things that, that people hate. I'm not claiming now. I'll take money out of people's accounts and I didn't pay with seeking arrangements over and over with these girlfriends. They don't prove. I think I'm like a bank robber. I just say I don't rob banks and then I can just stay in my sheet out. Start to believe it. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's just the thing though. So if you're, I know it sounds like weird. Like, why is John talking like stuff? Okay. So first of all, I was not explained by Justin Wade. He's very hesitant of me because when he sees all these testimonials and leaks in the past, we always kept a big distance. But there's one time that Johnny Lee asked Justin, because when I bought a product from him, I got free, I can talk in the group. So I called him all on his shit. So I said, if I'm going to talk to Justin, I'm going to call you on your shit, Justin. So this is why I said, why do you think romance works? Same pageology. When that Asian guy uses the same pageology, like, hey, I like you. You like me? So does he fit into the 6 frames? Which one does he fit into? I like you. You like me? Romance, relationships. What happens to the Asian guy? He gets auto rejected. It's like auto rejected and stuff. And, stuff like that happens. And he becomes in the friend zone, third zone. Friends. When he becomes in the friend zone, it doesn't work. So basically what happens is, so like Justin, that you can just finger her at first sexually and close the deal, but you have to add romance afterwards. That's what he said to me. I was like, this Negroes, you don't need romance. What about this? What about the girlfriend connection? What if you fuck her more times a week? Then now you can close faster with a sexual connection. You just have to keep her on bit line. Then what the fuck are they teaching? Romantic sexual thing is that women sees the frame. Okay. That if you see, because she always has sex all the time, if you see romance, right? Therefore, you're in a different frame. Is that right? That's the problem. Because first of all, not every Asian guy fits into that boyfriend-girlfriend frame. So by introducing romance, how many people actually fit into boyfriend-girlfriend? Not that many. Is that right? How many people fit into a fuck boyfriend? Almost everybody. So how do I hack this game process? It's simple. I dress rich as fuck. When I dress rich as fuck, right, and I have this Versace belt and all, I get to fit into a new frame, the 4th frame, husband material. Oh shit, I can use that to close by raising the value. Does that make sense? So therefore, the romantic sexual with 4 testimonials. So Justin Wing's argument is that to get out of the zone, I see a better argument. If you can be husband material, can you bypass even the boyfriend-girlfriend zone? Yeah. Because think about it this way. If you're in a place like Vancouver, where you don't see a lot of Asian guys and white women, if you try to seek the romance like Justin Wayne, you're not going to fit into it, because by the time she gets married, by the time she is in 10 relationships, her vagina is very loose. Eventually she has to get married. Are you going to be one of the 10 if you're a negative stereotype? So therefore, what's more valuable to her? Husband material. Because she wants to get married. Every woman wants to get married. So when you dress husband material, it works. I feel tested it. This stuff is the quickest way from point A to, but the thing is, Justin Wayne also says women don't know what they want until it's in front of them. When you're texting women, of course, you're going to get all rejected because you don't fit into that zone. But however, when you're in front of her, you can still be a fuckboy or husband material. And you go for the kill with that. You try to close the deal. You close the deal as fast as humanly fucking possible. And this is where one lay a week with her, fuck buddy, she gets off the rotation. Number 2, she's a little bit staying on the line, barely. Number 3, she starts to get more clingy. Number 4, she's emotional. What are we? What frame are we? Then you say boyfriend and girlfriend. And therefore you have a new girlfriend by using the sexual connection, disqualifying the other ones. And think about it this way. If I am really so wrong about the sexual connection, why do I have 414 testimonials laid in poll? How about you guys answer? How the fuck does it happen? Perhaps I'm right. Perhaps this is actually the real game. And think about it this way. Another question you guys cannot really answer. If I was really so wrong, how many naturals, the real naturals, like the Pakistani mentor, how many of them use romance? Nobody. They're all sexual. They're all like chilled. They're all like social comfort and sexual objections dealing. Then you're like, John, so if your naturals are using sexual connection, then why are these dating coaches teaching it in romance? Because Justin is a fucking deluded sociopath who uses seeking arrangements, and he's in the black zone. Black has the highest SMV, 8 out of 10. And a lot of you are like, oh, black people don't do too well online dating. I agree with you. But when they're socially calibrated, when they have enough social skills, social calibrations, although these guys don't, enough emotions, they get over the line in a little bit of game. Their value is already 8 out of 10, so they don't need that much to get over that line. Like I said, cognitive dissonance. They can introduce one idea. Justin introduced one idea. The other guy. So no direct for Asians. Absolutely fucking not. If you're going direct and you are not in Australia, you're going to get fucked. None of my students go direct. That kills because Justin also has a direct game. Has something called the creative neutral direct opener or some bullshit. There is no direct in my system. You are not allowed to go direct in my boot camps. You go direct, you're going to get all rejected. You don't all reject yourself. You get her from point A to point B as fast as possible. You close the deal. The secret is sexualizing it, maneuvering, and dealing with objections. Hell, I even discarded any sort of romance in the fucking escalation ladder. It doesn't exist because it's bullshit. It's bullshit. And even if the guys who are positive stereotypes, who can fit into the boyfriend-girlfriend zone, guess what? If it's faster this way, it's more efficient. Shouldn't you go to the more efficient route? You should always go to the most fucking efficient route from point A to point B. So when I learn Krav Maga, I'm always learning from point A to point B. There is no fucking fluff in between. It's just point A to point B. Get your dick inside her. Get inside her 3 or 4 times a week. Now she's your girlfriend. If that's the case, then why you need romance? Because romantic sounds like, a relationship, all that shit. If you don't look like a potential boyfriend, and maybe in Australia, that potentially because you're exotic, because I had 100 lays there, and now he's repping other coaches because he's not allowed to rep me. A short little Filipino guy, 5'4", one of the most famous underground day gamers in the world, was my student. He could not do a same day lay. He just kept doing number closes and day twos. He barely got any results. He had to do 1,000 approaches a week. That's about 4,000 a month. Romantic shit. I had to cut all that out of this fucking system. And after one Skype, he got 7 lays in 3 weeks. Got laid in 3 days, 5 days. It took a little bit longer, 1 week, then 2 weeks, and 2 more before the 3rd week. And then he quit day game and he went to learn night game from somewhere else. But he'll always give me the testimonials on the side in the past. He was sending to me secretly saying, John, this other fucking coach, this tall, good looking guy, social prime or socio prime, is threatening him, blackmailing him because of this time travel shit. He blackmails because now Scientology, he knows all the information. He is blackmailing my other student. Even if he went to other coaches now, I'm the one who got him to the same day lay mode. I'm the one who gave him 100 fucking lays through my game. He still has 2 more Skypes for his elite playbook. So if you want to use it, if you ever see this, you still got 2 more Skypes with me. I'm still going to get you to a higher level, 1 shot, 1 kill. All the time. You still have a lot to learn. You're more efficient, but that's the thing. He doesn't use romance. So if a short 5'4" guy in Australia, the best day gamer, does not use romance, then why the fuck are you? Don't waste your fucking money on this bullshit. Because like I said, if you waste your money on romance, this is the finish line. From here to here is how much energy you need. You just got to go off the fucking line and you're not going to cross it depending on your SMV. You might actually cut it off before you get to the end point. So romance is dangerous because you've been so brainwashed. Ask yourself, have you been emotionally brainwashed to believe it? Because you just look at the results and you're like, oh, I'm a sheep. I've submitted to authority. Why are Asian males ranked in the last race? But you answer your own question. Look at online dating. What are 2 races of people that are last place? You can go to Google and look at all the stats. Every single stats. OkCupid, Tinder. The 2 that is always last fucking place is Asian men and black women. Asian men and black women are last place in every single time. Every single chart. So you're just thinking, is there a hierarchy? Places like California, Toronto, Eastern European places. Asians are more pre-selected relationships at these kind of places. But everywhere else, Australia too, everywhere else, you don't see it. And you're going to go through a lot of resistance unless you're really tall. I'm sorry, but the game is not fair. Unless you're really tall or you have social skills and social calibrations like from Elite 30, and you completely sexualize the shit out of the conversation, you fucking kill any romance in the fucking game. Like I said, the short black man and the tall black man have two different compliance factors, because one of them fits into the boyfriend-girlfriend frame with white women. In Europe, in the United States, in New York, in all these places, they fit into that zone. And you have to wonder, why does the short black guy does not have the same as the other one? It's very simple, because he doesn't have the height and the muscles. She doesn't see him as attractive. And I taught a lot of short black guys. The short black guys have more fucking inner game issues than Asian men, because they don't have the same compliance. They go in a downward spiral. They get diluted. They get fucked up mentally. I've taught them all, dude. Look at my testimonials. Every race. Everyone. I'm not just talking on my ass here. Romance is only for tall blacks, tall whites, and tall fucking Latino. If you're not a tall white, a tall fucking black, a tall Latino looking guy, you don't have to be that race. You have to look like that race. You will not have the advantage of using boyfriend, girlfriend frame, which is romance. Stick to the fucking sexual connection, guys. And even tall whites, blacks, and Latinos using my sexual connection still becomes a testimonial. So therefore, if that's the case, you stick to the fucking bang her 3 or 4 times a fucking week until she gets clingy. And now you don't need romance, like Justin Wayne says, to become a boyfriend, girlfriend. Look at how many of my fucking students who are tall whites, blacks, and Latinos having girlfriends. Many of them. Always those 3 races that had more of the girlfriends. And if an Asian guy got girlfriends, usually like an Asian woman. That's just how it is. There's so many approaches to girlfriends without romance. And let me ask you guys a better question. Do you guys actually think any of my students know how to fucking flirt? Most of you cannot tell the difference between a flirt and a tease. I'll say this again. Most of my fucking students cannot tell the difference between a flirt. The problem is that when you're doing romantic flirts, like, oh, I'm going to fall in love with you. Oh, we have to break up, like Justin Wayne shit. She's a break up. I don't even see this guy as a potential boyfriend material. What the fuck is he talking about? She wants to leave. So now that you realize that if you can use the girlfriend process, get her into this zone, you don't really need romance. It's complete and utter bullshit. If that's what's leading to 414 testimonials, follow the fucking science, the analytics, guys. Stop being a cunt. Stop being a cunt because you're so brainwashed by Justin Wayne. Okay, I get it. They're very charming in their behavior, their mask. Okay, fine, sure, whatever. And you're like, oh yeah, you submit to authority. Because some of you are tall blacks and tall Latinos, but that is not the most efficient way. And I will flood my YouTube with so many testimonials. And I'm not supposed to tell you this because a lot of my fashion is supposed to be top secret. Almost everything I do. Because you guys think fashion equals more fashionable. I'm not trying to be more fashionable. I am trying to hack the white woman's brain and open her fucking legs easier. This whole thing remotely fucking hacks her fucking brain. It's fucking bypass any defense. You guys are not understanding the game like I see it. And I should not be talking about this. All fashion concepts from now on are top secret. From John Elite. If everyone understands my fashion concept, they can use it and raise their looks dramatically. You can use it to fit to different frames. You can fit into the husband material. You can fit into husband material. And when you fit in the husband material, you can change your frames. Number 2, tall as fuck, like 6'4", tall. A little bit shorter, more money, married. Does that make sense? You will never fit in the boyfriend, girlfriend frame in certain countries outside of Toronto, outside of California, outside of Australia, outside of Eastern Europe. So don't fucking compete in these other places. Be husband material. You can dress to be husband material. You can dress to be whitewashed same day late on guy. Don't ever dress like in the boyfriend material zone. Gotcha. Yes, makes sense. It's about boring ideas. It's about boring their fucking body armor. Can hoodies help us look whitewashed? No. Hoodies are worn by RSD victims who are Asians and all this stuff. When you see Todd Valentine's puffy jacket or H&M hoodies, that is the quickest way because your value is so low in the look. Unless you're 6'2" or 5'11", hoodies are not going to help you. Hoodies equals look don't matter, race don't matter. I'm just going to go H&V and just SMV it. No, it is not a numbers game. This is helping me with conversions. Every single piece, even this back brace. So that way I don't hunch. Every single piece, hairstyle, every single body language when I talk to women, especially when I talk like this, 45 degrees, hand gestures, facial expressions, the neck, every fucking thing, ultimate congruency. I never taught romance. There's a 5-step escalation ladder, not a 4-step. Qualified flirt touch. Not the same. They only do one flirt or one touch. So therefore it needs a lot of alcohol to sexualize it, to deal with objections. because he doesn't know how to deal with objections. He wrestles her in the bedroom. It's a different game. RSD, this, that, London Day Game, Justin Wayne, this. But I have every other system in between, field tested, gold nuggets. That's why it's different. And all the naturals add all these new ideas. Where do you think I get all these fucking ideas from? Pakistani mentor. It's not because I'm wearing blazers to be fashionable. I'm wearing blazers because Asians have no fucking value. I want to look like a white male model. And also, it raises your status. You know how the saying that woman says blazers are like lingerie to men as blazers are to women? It raises your money. It raises your status. It raises your husband material. It raises every fucking category. Isn't that smart? Looks, money, status plus game. It raises your looks. It raises your money. It raises your status. It raises every fucking category. Fucking intelligent. The Pakistani mentor is a legend. He is the best day gamer in the world. Of course, even within the inner circle, we have male model looking white guys. So I've been taught by a lot of white guys too, with confidence. But his results for a brownish guy that looks Pakistani, right? It exceeds any dating coach. And you got to think about, what is he focused on? He's focused on what? Fashion. His fashion is more calibrated towards 9 out of 10 than mine. Okay. So he knows all this secret fashions, colognes, everything that is top secret. Only I get to learn. Second of all, he has a mansion when I was living there. $3 million fucking dollars. All the naturals I know are millionaires. Keep that in perspective. Number 3, they all keep it sexual. They don't use romance. Number 4, they have perfect social skills. My social skills might be 3 or 4 out of 10 now. Social calibration is higher. My social skills his one is around like 10 or 11. All the naturals in the mansion. I'm not the only natural there. There's actually quite a few people living there. All learning. This is like the secret society of players and naturals. And before, when I was gaming elite, I was trained by him. My God, all I did was sexual connection. It was way more powerful. And I'm very thankful because he also taught me this lifestyle game, setup game. He taught me this 6 years ago. Before you see in the industry, using Instagram, using social media, all this stuff, lifestyle. He taught me all that shit. I ignored it because I was like, fuck, I don't want to be like I don't want to build a farm, a mansion, a lifestyle. I just wanted to do day game. I want to be a hunter. I ignored him like a cunt, say, you know what, fuck this. It's all day game. It's all day game. I fell into this fucking wrong PUA mindset. So now you guys know how the high value guys are like. Dude's fucking invited to the Playboy Mansion. That's how much social skills he has in value. He had all the high value friends who are like fucking billionaires or 100 million because of his social skills. And he's this ugly white guy, a little bit chubby now. He used to bang 8 out of 10 women in the face. Body is like 10 out of 10. Instagram models, they all fit. He's ugly. They all have a superpower. I think Justin Wayne is misunderstood. No, I don't think he's misunderstood. I understand everything he's teaching. He's using seeking arrangements. Therefore, he's asking, why are they still with me all this time in the long term? I'm not a millionaire, not at once, but he steals from your credit card and it goes right into the woman's pocket over time. And if they want to continue to get these payments, simple. They have to get a tattoo. They have to work their way up step by step. I know the whole lock-in process. I'm not fucking stupid. That's how he's raising his SMV because he's one ugly looking Negro. His SMV, his game is very limited. He doesn't fit in that frame. So by raising the money game, he can raise his status where he becomes the boss. Does that make sense? Now he's in charge of the women that if they don't comply, they don't get their monthly payment. And then from that, he can work them up a ladder. In the beginning, he'll just tell them, hey, you know what? Maybe I don't steal that right about you. I'm not going to give you any more money. And eventually they have Stockholm syndrome. They side with the captor. It's the same thing with Justin Wayne. They're fucked up. Now the women are they feel like they're hostage. Does that make sense? All of them. That's why he threatens them. It does all. This is how he's hacking the game. Money game, seeking arrangements, sugar daddy. Yeah, monthly payments. Think about it this way. Does Justin Wayne take money out of your fucking account? A lot of you, he has stolen money. He likes to dip in 200 here, 100 here, 500 here, maybe 50 here. He just likes to grab a little bit of your money from your credit card and just put it in his pocket. Santa Claus or Robin Hood likes to take it and put it into her fucking pennies. Idiots. And you fell for it. Idiots. This is why they have this sort of job scam. Yeah, whatever. And there's always talking about seeking arrangements or doing all this shit. It's always like from a different angle. It's always a money angle. And this is the truth. Most women like guys with money. The hot ones they're usually into seeking arrangements or some shit like that. When you look at my Pakistani mentor, rich, dresses well. He uses that to attract the women into his funnel. Once he fucks them, he tells them to fuck off. He just says he's too busy with his work. But they're all hoping that they'll land the lottery by marrying a rich guy. Too bad. He just comes on their face and tells them that he's too busy. He plays women. He's a player. You guys seeing this? Women, hot women. Why do you think always the hot women are into that Lamborghinis and shit? Because money matters. Because hot women already are good looking in the face. Genetically speaking, they don't need another good looking guy. They need resources. That's why Justin Wayne women are so hot. Just open up your fucking mind for once. Because you're so brainwashed. Like I said, even earlier, the ideas that he tried to plant in your head. And number two, read out what is cognitive dissonance. In the field of psychology, cognitive dissonance is the psychological stress experienced by a person who holds two or more contradictory beliefs, ideas, or values. A person who experiences internal inconsistency tends to become psychologically uncomfortable and is motivated to reduce the cognitive dissonance. See, I already knew this. I already called out your cognitive dissonance because you've been brainwashed. You're going through a brain pain. You don't want to use the romantic shit. Just focus on the sexual connection. Get it in. Get in 3-4 times a week. Get her clean. Now you got a girlfriend. Word, agree. I don't need you to agree or not. Most likely, I'm telling you exactly what's the truth because I have the most student results in the world. John Elite is not to brag. 414 late pool testimonials, if you guys are not delusional. And I'm teaching you how it's done. This game may not be what you agree with because of cognitive dissonance, because you've been brainwashed by different coaches. But I can assure you what I'm telling you is the statistics and the data, the scientific data. When I teach my fucking students and they get this result, I'm telling you guys, and you guys just say, I agree, I don't disagree. It doesn't matter if you agree or disagree. This is the science. Open your fucking mind. Cut romance out. Like I said, cut validation out, cut direct out, cut romance out. It's not what you add to it, is what you take away. Bruce Lee says, assort what is useful, discard what is not. Add uniquely what is your own. I'll say this again. Assort what is useful, discard what is not, add uniquely what is your own. It's like field testing, it's analytics. Same thing as marketing. After you do everything right, you tweak it over and you discard shit that doesn't work. You get to the right formula more often than not. And when you have lower SMV like me, and you field test it, you split test with a couple of students who have low SMV and they can do it too.